New year, new pleasure. Start 2025 with Starship's Customer Appreciation Days every day in January. Visit Starship locations on Old National Road in Atlanta, Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, and Highway 34 in Noonan. And indulge in an extra 20% off when you whisper the secret keyword pleasure at checkout. Awaken your passions and spice up the new year with 20% off in-store every day in January. Just say the secret word pleasure. Make 2025 the year of endless pleasure with Starship, your trusted partner in sexual health and wellness.
Taxes was waiting around for your taxes to be done, which led to worrying about not getting any money back. Now Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes in a day to get you up to $4,000 fast with a refund advance loan. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Expert filing only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Refund advance has $0 loan fees and 0% APR. Refund advance loans may be issued by First Century Bank, N.A. or Web Bank. Terms apply. Subject to approval.
Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet, covering WWE like no one else and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
You missed me? The best
Did not miss that.
Radio show on Spreaker on the air in the whole goddamn universe. I'm not telling you what I'm shaking because I'm not shaking. Like, I'm just pounding the desk. Just pounding it, dude, because I missed you boys. I'm thinking of you boys while I'm pounding this desk. 3 whole weeks being gone? Man, I missed you guys.
You told us right before the show that you did not miss us.
I didn't say that. I said I like both of you as people, but I enjoyed my time off. I think that's what I said.
I think you're making shit up.
I did, though. BJ, did you enjoy your Christmas bacon?
Yes.
Mike, are the Bills going to meet the Eagles in the fucking Super Bowl, buddy?
I hope so.
It's still looking good. Still got a shot. How about the Giants? Uh-oh.
Hey, no, if they get Travis Hunter, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm sure. They won't. They'll somehow fuck it up. They're going to take another run.
They'll trade up.
They're going to take Etchen Genti? That would be crazy.
It would be crazy. It would be stupid as shit. But Mara's like...
Coming off 1,000 fucking carries in college? That'd be smart.
Let me tell you something. Fresh legs. That's what he's got. Brandon Gall, I know football. Dude, you know who knows ball? I know ball.
Suns ball?
You know balls. I know ball. Brandon Galvin?
Yeah, tonight we're going to talk about WWE. We have a lot to catch up on. Same with AEW.
Yeah, but hold up. Let me get in here. You said that, but it's not true. You have a laundry list of WWE shit, while yet AEW over here working magic, changing minds, changing the business, and you barely have anything written down here.
That's not true at all. I have a bunch
barely
of
anything happened.
Not true. We had world's fucking end. Did the world end? Nearly.
For you.
Good.
Yeah, we'll discuss AEW a bit.
Thanks.
Calm down. We got Dirt Sheet Busters. Mike Carr brings us the lies and rumors around pro wrestling.
I'll skip it.
Dumb.
Okay, good.
Because you're a coward. We have the WWE Fantasy Draft coming up. We're going to be recording that today.
Good pivot. Good.
We got fan emails.
I'll be there for that this time. It's funny. Kenny Johnson came and messaged me. He's like, you better be doing emails this week because I fucking actually sent one in. And he said, he was like furious. He's like, what is the deal with you? Are you legit like leaving? Like, do you have like, he was like mad at me. And I was like, no.
Wait. Was he talking about this week?
No, he's talking about all weeks with me just skipping out the rest of the show, right? He was like, he's like thinking I'm legit like mailing it in. I was like, well, my work changed and I got meetings on Tuesdays that come in late, so they record that first. He was like, mind was blown. It was out of order.
That's how good we are at selling it that you left.
Dude, honestly,
we're still gonna say it. We're still gonna keep saying it.
Yeah. Well, just for everybody's record, I got a promotion and I'm doing better now. But it's I miss emails. But today I'll be here.
I wish you could do better at this fucking show.
But really quick, I chose to leave early from Dirt Sheet Process this time.
Gotcha.
Mike,
you could just skip the show altogether for all I care.
You always say that, and dude, this money keeps going bad. I'm gone.
Yeah, please support us. Patreon.com/ringrusradio.
That is true.
We might not have much time left.
We mean that. Our advertisers, for some reason, are backing out of us.
They don't like when Donnie calls women whores and stuff like that. So.
They say I use the R word and the G word and all the other letter words far too much, and they're like real sensitive about it. Yeah. Geyser? Mike?
Had her like a geyser. Nice.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Hey, Donnie never had that.
Nope.
Nah. The only thing we've ever unanimously agreed on the spot that I've never pleased a woman. Good.
Not sure if you can tell, I'm really sad to be back on the show this week. You want to help me feel better? Well, support our podcast. Find us anywhere you get your podcast. Interact with us on Twitter at @RingRustRadio. Email us, be part of the show, ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Also, buy our merchandise, prowrestlingtees.com/ringrustradio. Some of the great t-shirt designs, including Cut Your Dick! Tens of messages sent to me about people giving their loved ones Cut Your Dick t-shirts for
Can
Christmas.
I say something? And even George isn't buying shirts anymore. Come on, guys.
I know.
Come on, guys. Step up and support us. We're literally dying on the vine here.
We legitimately have many good shirts available for purchase. That's not a lie.
Yeah. More than most wrestlers, which is completely unnecessary.
Support us at patreon.com/ringrustradio. We're going to hear ad-free episodes signed for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more. Also, check out Ring Rust Radio on YouTube. Is that still a thing? Updated clips in Triple R Gaming. Donnie, BG, and fans of the show have been playing different games like Call of Duty and WWE 2K each week and posting early access on patreon.com/ringrustradio well before it hits YouTube. If you're interested in joining a session, email ringrustradio@yahoo.com.
So first, Ring Rust Radio will still make YouTube videos from time to time, but it's pretty much over now. It'll just be for fun. It's for the love of the game now, because for the last year.
What was it for before?
Love of the game, and inadvertently love of the game. But the truth is,
I was gonna say because it was not about money.
I'll tell you a very
didn't
see a dime. I will tell you this, and this is a fun story. And talking to my
is it a fun story or a sad story?
Both. Well, fun for everybody listening, sad for me. Talking to my accountant about Ring Rust Radio, and we're going through the things, and he's like, "What's this YouTube venture over here?" I said, "Yeah, this is the idea." And he was like, "Well, all I see is expenses. Where's the income?" I said, "Well, we didn't yield a penny." And he said, "Oh, so you would categorize this as a complete failure?" I was like, "Yeah, dude,
abject failure."
An abject. Yo, guess what? It's a complete loss, but guess what? It's tax deductible. So guess
there
what?
You go.
Guess what? It's not the friends you met along the way.
Well, guess what? That's what people say when they lose, right? It is though now. Now that I've lost,
Are
it is
friends tax deductible?
No, the friendships are free. The friendships are free, like Spencer and Mongo and Jason Silva and all the other amazing people who played with us and continue to play with us. It is a lot of fun. People love the videos when they don't suck, but they suck a lot. So
I watched the Among Us one today.
Was it bad?
I didn't really watch it. I clicked it.
I've never seen a second of any of them.
Good. And this is why we don't yield money.
I was on, and then I wasn't, so I clicked out.
No. Well, I couldn't be happier that you guys don't support me. Should we talk WWE and AEW?
We should talk WWE.
We're gonna put this all in order. From LW to Dark, we about to have a discussion about the one true sport. Who's selling the finish? Does this make sense in the art? Tell me who botched, who rocked, who's cashing in on the marks. These takes are uncut, man, they're pure and they're raw. Blow up like dynamite, have you smack down on the floor. On a collision course with the number one source. Now let's head back to the ring for the latest report. Ring rust.
Alright, guys. I will admit something right off the bat. Usually this is where I blow up BJ's spot for not knowing who died over the last couple weeks. But I don't know either. I
know one.
I know one. I know one too. I want to see if it's the same one. Is it
What's
ECW?
the initials?
Is it ECW?
No.
Ooh, we have different ones. Give me yours first.
Don't know if you remember him. Jax Dane.
Oh yes, that's the I couldn't find it.
Of TNA and NWA.
Yes.
I really only remember him. He was like teaming with Crimson for a little while in TNA, if you remember.
I do remember. They were like the Sons
I think
of
he was like a
Anarchy.
military guy before or something.
Yep.
So
And
he was only like 40 years old or something.
I remember from NWA because he went against Tim Storm right before
yes,
Tim Storm did the thing with Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
So like he was in that whole. He was still in NWA at that time when NWA was like really doing well for a little while there. Now I don't know what's happening over there. I can't even look. But yeah, and so that is very sad. He was super young. I think he was like 40.
Yeah.
I thought, whatever, regardless of the age, very, very young.
Early
Very-
40s, yeah.
Very sad, very sad. No, the one that I had was Hunter Q. Robbins. I don't know if you remember him, Mike, but in the early days of when Eastern Championship Wrestling became ECW,
So like 93-ish
he
kind of
was
thing?
he was a bow tie wearing manager.
Okay.
He was
No, I don't know.
big glasses, always talking shit. He passed away as well. So
Oh, and I did remember Black Bart. He was like basically a known kind of WWF jobber in the late 80s. One of those, like, you know how a lot of jobbers is just like Joe Smith and it's just a dude in normal trunks? He was like one of the jobbers that had like a gimmick. He had like a cowboy hat and shit.
Yeah.
Black Bart.
Wow.
fuck yeah. But then that's
R.I.P.
very sad. So some deaths that Brandon Galvin forgot, which is wild.
I forget. It's your job.
No, you're right. You didn't forget. You just didn't bother to know.
Wow. That's in a lot of ways, that's worse.
That's that in every way. That's worse. Oh. Since you've been gone, is that the song you linked to?
Great song.
Is that the song?
Yeah.
That's all I just said. That's one of those times it takes over the lexicon of the human race, dude. If you go to Zimbabwe, you go to the jungles of Laos, you're gonna fucking say "Since you've been gone," and they're just gonna.
I don't know if they know Since You've Been Gone in Laos.
They fucking remember when it was
should.
Dixie Carter.
Yeah.
So when you go through the jungles of Cambodia, they know about Hulk Hogan. Now they boo him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder if they do.
No, yeah. You say the N-word
they
in
definitely
Zimbabwe.
don't.
You say the N-word in Zimbabwe. Watch what it gets you.
Well, you said Cambodia, not Zimbabwe. Those are very different places on the map.
Yeah, one's in Africa, one's
Africa
in
and
Southeast
Asia,
Asia.
man.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying all. She meant all over the world.
Sure.
Is the N-word a problem in Africa, or is that an American thing?
I think it's a problem everywhere.
Thank you, Mr. DEI. Really fucking laying it down.
Unreal.
Here, dude. Come
Unreal.
on.
Okay. This is why we've lost all sponsorship.
That is true. Blue Chew's like, we're out of here. We're fucking out. I'm just kidding. Blue Chew's like, we love your talk. The Rock came back. I think that's the top news we have to talk about. As we said he would. As I said for many weeks. You guys didn't.
As they advertised.
I think we
As
all-
they advertised. He showed up on NXT because they're desperate for fucking ratings down there. And, yeah.
And they got ratings and they won again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't care about stuff like that. Never did.
Oh, you used to, like, really badly.
Nah, I'm not Dave. I don't know that. But the Rock, he just basically came back all like happy and not playing into storylines, and
So
I'm
weird.
very confused now. Like, listen, everything that led to like what was it? New Year? What was the event the October one where he just stood at the end?
Bad blood.
Bad blood.
Bad blood, right? Okay. And like then he's like, this is a storyline. I'm fucking here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
but I will
involved.
say this. The bad blood thing, everybody kept saying, like, they thought it was for Cody, and then they got mad when he didn't show up for another Cody-related thing. And to me, it was kind of apparent that he could have been out there for Roman, and I think that is what he was out there for, not for Cody. They are very clearly trying to go away from the Cody thing. The Cody thing ain't happening.
Yeah, no, it
He
is
ran
one.
down Cody on Instagram right after he left Bad Blood.
Well, he ran down everybody.
Yeah.
But,
Cody involved.
Yeah. So this was like Him come out, I was like,
It
oh
was
shit,
confusing as
here
fuck.
comes the story, here
Yeah.
comes the advancement, and then he's like, give me a fucking hug, bro, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
What the fuck?
But you're right, Mike, listen, that is what they're doing, I don't like it. I don't like that
Well,
they
I
just
like it
turned the
if-
coat on that fucking whole thing.
I like it if it means we're getting Rock and Roman, which is what I've been saying the whole year.
That you could have
Even
done,
though-
Even if we're not.
you
I don't
could have,
care. Like, even if we are or not, he shouldn't have done that with Cody.
if
It makes
he's
no fucking
slapping
sense.
hands with Cody, it means he's a face, so Roman's a bad guy again?
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Oh, dude, but I'm just saying, like, this is what, look at me. I'm analyzing the product that we're watching. This wasn't good. I love the Bloodline storyline for most of it. You know what I mean? A lot of it has been retread or changed up. It's simple booking. I like it a lot. This is one of those things out of left field where you're like, oh, this isn't that good. I understand what you're saying. And instead of doing the Cody versus Roman thing, or Cody versus The Rock, the championship, and then he drops the championship to Roman or whatever, that's kind of my idea, right? Okay, I understand we don't want to do that. But what you don't do, you just don't have Cody and fucking The Rock interact, or they interact
No, I agree with
coldly,
that. I would
and
not
you
have
stay
had
away.
that even mentioned. Cody.
Yeah, like this he comes off as super babyface-ish. This comes off as super generic, no storyline advancement. I was listen, it's The Rock, fun stuff, love seeing him and shit. I thought this blew in terms of advancing anything. I was very let down by this.
This might be me making sense of it in my own mind, which we've had to do many times over the years with WWE.
Which is your coping mechanism.
No, it's just, but,
No.
but, like, okay,
Cool.
Cody Rock's in the ring. Rock's in the ring, and he's like, Cody, I'm gonna acknowledge you as champion. You've been carrying the company for a year. To me, yeah, okay. If you're just looking at surface level, that's him being nice and saying, great job, Cody. Or is it him kind of like backhanded compliment and he's trying to get to Roman? Because he's acknowledging Cody. He's saying Cody's the one that's been carrying the
That's
company.
not how that felt at all.
Well, because nothing's happened since then yet. You got to see
but
if nothing happens coming out of it, then totally agree. Then it was stupid to do. But to me, like, and then he has the thing with Roman and he puts the Ula Fala on him. But it's kind of like a tense moment almost. And then you're almost waiting for him to attack Roman. To me, it's all leading to Rock and Roman. And the whole Cody thing would make sense if that was him kind of trying to get under Roman's skin by saying that shit about Cody. And I always thought it was going to be Roman and Rock, and always thought it should have been Roman and Rock. I didn't think Cody should have been involved at all, to be honest with you. And so I'm glad that we're not getting Rock and Cody. I hope that we get Rock and Roman. If we don't get Rock and Roman out of this, then it was all for naught, for sure.
PJ?
Even if we do get Rock and Roman, this pissed me off because he leaves after WrestleMania, hands Cody something that we still don't know what it is, and basically says, I'm coming back for you. And then at Bad Blood comes out, he's clearly not happy, fucking slits his own throat to signal that I'm not happy with Cody and Roman being together or anything that's going on right now. Then he runs everyone down when he leaves. We haven't seen him since. Comes back, and he's playing the babyface role. He's all nice to Cody. They're hugging. They're having a shot of fucking whiskey, whatever. Like, it just didn't like it. I like that on NXT. He at least followed up and called people like me out. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he told you to stop
Mark.
fucking bitching.
Yeah, stop bitching, which is perfectly fine, but doesn't mean I have to like what he did the day before because literally it makes no sense with the story that they were telling. And that's what pisses me off because the story was awesome. We were all looking forward to the next interaction, and that's what we got. It just, to me, it dismissed a whole year's worth of build, and I don't like it when that happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, usually they don't fuck up with stuff like this, and it almost proves that The Rock's a little overrated in his own mind. You know what I mean? He thinks he's bigger than he's fucking.
No, it's not
He thinks
true
he
at
can
all.
make anything work when it's not true. It's just not
But you can make it work because if it ends up being what I said, it's going to be fine.
Rhea Ripley.
But if it doesn't end up being that, it ain't going to be fine.
I am happy that Roman Reigns is tribal chief again, rightfully. The Rock acknowledged him, as he should have, and Roman Reigns is in the Royal Rumble, and I hope he wins.
I don't think he's going to win.
I hope he wins.
I think The Rock enters and takes himself out with.
I think that's a distinct possibility
That'd be awesome.
where it looks like Roman's going to win and Rock ends up showing up and they kind of take each other out type of deal.
Yep.
That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. This Rumble is going to be stacked, actually, when you really look at it.
If you really look at all of them, they're pretty much all stacked now. So.
Sometimes you get some bums in there.
Yeah. I was going to make a few comments, so I'll leave them on the dance floor right now. Rhea Ripley beat Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's World Championship, and The Undertaker comes down to drive his motorcycle and steal some shine from the youngins.
You remember that old that old team of Rhea Ripley and The Undertaker, right?
Well, listen, she had what did they call Damian Priest? Sassy Undertaker? Bisexual Undertaker. So they're like,
wanted to see the real
they're
thing.
like, I like Sassy better. Sassy Undertaker. If you get Sassy Undertaker and fucking upgrade him to Undertaker, you know what I mean? That's a big put over for Rhea. Actually, listen, I understand WWF. They've always done this. They get this person who had this run before. It's a wrestling trope. Time Emporium, right, Mike? They get this. Hey, look, you love this guy. Well, here's this young star. You also like, look, he's getting put out. Look, Undertaker says Rhea Ripley's a cool chick, right? Like, cool stuff. So, right, that's what it is. That's what this is.
I have more problem with this than I had with the Rock thing, because at least the Rock thing, it's like, okay, maybe it's building something with him and Roman. Like, what is this building to?
Nothing. He just literally came over to give her the thumbs up and get the credit. No,
they never interacted once ever.
It doesn't matter. Like, he's undead and she's the fucking goth lady, so she'd be like hanging out. If his house is in the fucking graveyard, she'd be fucking hanging out in front of it. You know what I mean? That's how this works, dude.
At least our long national nightmare of Liv Morgan as women's champion's over.
Listen, she's not my favorite. I didn't think it was all that bad of a reign. I like her. I like the stable of Judgment Day still. It was fine, but again, you're right. Rhea Ripley winning just turns a page on that.
I was going to say, because the alternative might have been this going all the way to WrestleMania.
No. I should. Now Judgment Day can implode, which would be fine, and I can deal with that. Let's get, honestly, I'd like to see Liv Morgan kind of team up with Finn and screw over Dom.
That's what we said back in like June.
They've been laying it on thick. So Liv wasn't on this week, but like in the weeks leading up, it was a lot of like, almost like Finn trying to act like he was like the leader of the group, and he was kind of like bossing her around. But I think it was all a cover, and we've been, like you said, we talked about that for months, that the whole everything Finn's done has been a cover, and that it's really been him and Liv working together. I still truly believe that's what it's going to be.
Okay, let's go to CM.
Wasn't Liv on yesterday talking shit to Dom, basically?
I don't think so, unless I walked out of the room for like 2 minutes, maybe.
I thought
What were you doing?
Taking a piss.
Real short one, right?
A short piss, yeah.
Nice, good for you.
Yeah, no problem.
CM Punk jobs out Tyler Black. And I'm ready for Ty. I'm ready for Ty to head over to AEW and get his fucking redemption, please.
Redemption on who?
I really mean this. When we look back, CM Punk is a fucking jackass and an asshole, and we will hate him forever. But Seth Rollins, yes we will. Seth Rollins, that guy has eaten more shit with a smile on his face in this company than I can ever remember anyone ever.
Why do you say this?
Because
I don't think losing a match to CM Punk in the main event of the biggest Raw of all time is eating shit.
He loses in the main event of everything always.
Okay, well he's not.
I'm not joking. Be honest right now. This motherfucker is the best loser in WWE history.
He's a good company guy who's gonna do what needs to be done.
Tell me I'm wrong. Is he the best loser? Because that's all this dude does.
Best loser?
All this dude does
is
he
shows like a 5-time world champion?
Yeah,
Didn't he cash in the main event of WrestleMania?
Yep. Yeah, he did. Listen.
Okay.
And all those times. What year was that? What year was that he cashed in that time? Was that like
2015?
2015? That was,
I think
10 years ago.
Like the last
that was
2 years.
10 years ago.
And you're
buddy.
encapsulating it into his entire career.
This motherfucker's been losing for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
He loses
I
every big match.
He
loses.
And he lost this match.
Bray Wyatt. He loses.
He was also world heavyweight champion for almost a year.
Let me tell you something. He won 5 championships, Mike. That means he lost 5.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, dude. It's big
Seth Rollins was world champ for what felt like forever.
It was almost because it was a month and a half. The storyline sucked. It just felt like forever.
No, it was for a long time.
It was
'cause I wanted him to
literally, it
lose
was
every
like
time
300
he
days
defended.
he was champion.
Like I said, a couple months.
Everything Donnie just said was based on, he lost the 3 matches to Cody, which was ridiculous because he should have won one of those matches.
Yes.
We all agreed on that.
Yeah.
And then he lost this match to Punk, which is like the start of a feud.
Right.
Okay.
Nah,
Someone comes from
dude loses
AEW,
all the time.
shut it.
Dude
I
loses
think
all
damn
the
near
time.
anybody would kill to have his career.
No, and that's what I mean. He has never once gave it a bad performance. He has never once given a bad promo. Yeah, this dude is
Right.
coming out here styling and profiling
He's
every
awesome.
night. He's the best loser in WWE history, dude. He is. He just is. I'm sorry. Look at the data. Listen. I use ProFight DB, and
Yeah,
I was doing a little studying up on him. The man is he is a WWE main event mainstay.
Yeah.
Loses almost everyone. 81% clip losing main events. 81%.
You did the math on that?
No, fuck that. ProFight DB did.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either. 81%.
Purely
I've never
fantasy.
seen percentages on
Just look at it. You just divide it by top number, bottom number. Easy. Mike, anything else?
Yeah, just, I thought it was a good
Rumble?
match. I don't think
I don't
it's
care
really
about
an
this.
issue that Seth lost the match. I thought that the promo segment we got with Rollins, Punk, and McIntyre to start this week's Raw was great. And it is definitely, you know, kind of tried to clown me for saying it's a Stag Rumble. Like, this is big time star power in this
I didn't
Rumble
try.
already.
I did clown you.
Potentially The Rock will be involved in this, as we talked about. That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like we're getting Punk, Rollins, and McIntyre triple threat at WrestleMania. That's the match I called months ago. I think you guys yelled at me for it, but unresolved issues between these guys still.
I think we yelled about it because it was heading into SummerSlam. We were like, how the fuck did they get to WrestleMania? But then everyone got hurt. They took people
Right.
off television. So now it's a different story. But the way I look at it is they're not going to be in the main event then.
No, they're definitely not going to be.
And that's CM Punk's whole thing. So it's like, once again, he's not going to win the Rumble. He's not going to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
I would say the only way Punk's going to be in the main event is if Rock Roman doesn't happen. But we've been banging the drum for Rock Roman happening, so.
Sucks. Obafemi and Ghoul.
Who does Cody face if Rock and Roman? Randy Orton? John Cena?
Cena.
Wow.
Dude, I'm out.
I'm kind of seeing Cena winning the Rumble.
I gotta tell you, dude. I gotta tell you in the bottom of my heart.
I guess they win elimination.
I've
chamber.
never been more glad that it's on 420 because I'm gonna smoke so much weed that I forget to have to watch this dumb shit. It's
You will
also on
not, though.
Easter. It's also on Easter. Yes, I will not be watching this. I 100% will not be watching.
Easter ain't on a Saturday, my man.
It's on Sunday, buddy, and it's a 2-night
On
event.
both days, buddy.
My man.
Well, my man. Guess what? I didn't watch the first night last year. I ain't watching it this year, dude.
You watch highlights.
Yeah, I did. I still have never watched it in full, and I probably never will.
Maybe a retro.
Obafemi and Goulia become NXT champions, and wow, this company's really going downhill fast, right?
Because wait. Because the two best people are champions in NXT.
Yeah, who do that? No, you know me. I've always been a huge fan of Goulia, and Obafemi is a hoss, and I love
Are you
it,
an
so.
Oba feminist?
If you call it that again, I can't be a fan. You know what I mean?
Big E is the one that called it that.
That's like the Lex King. Didn't someone say something horrible?
Registered Lex offender.
Yeah, I was like,
That always bothered me. First, because of what it sounds like. Second, because if you are a fan of Lexus King, you wouldn't be a Lex offender. You'd be a Lex defender.
yeah, a registered Lex defender, and then you're like,
Yeah, that sounds way better.
it does not. For the record, it does not. It is a nasty, slippery slope that we should stay away from. Tiffany Stratton cashed in Money in the Bank, won the women's championship on Nia Jax.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
That was fun.
that was really fun too. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
I think
thought
it's
it
a
was-
good timing.
Yeah.
It's good timing because you're pretty much guaranteeing that she's going to go into WrestleMania as champion and be in a big singles match, which she hasn't done yet in her career. And I think the way they did it was really well done because a lot of times with, cashing in, you're cashing in on a heel. So the natural thought process is like, okay, she's been getting bullied by Nia, and she's going to cash in on her, so she's going to turn babyface. But they didn't do that because she was also taking out a bunch of baby faces to be able to cash in. She hit Bianca and Naomi and all that kind of stuff. So she's maintaining her status as a heel while also cashing in on a heel, which is not easy to do, but I think they did a good job of it. Because she's better as a heel because of what her character is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously.
And good timing with the premiere. Like, I didn't really expect her to do that.
It was basically like the first 3 hour SmackDown, yuck. But it was the first 3 hour SmackDown, and they wanted to make it a big thing, which was smart, I think.
That was bullshit.
It's a lot of wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of wrestling. You should just take, you know what we should do? We should just divvy it up. You watch Raw, I watch SmackDown, Mike watches AEW.
No!
And
I'm out.
And what we do is we just give our reports back and we analyze. We can watch it if we choose to, but we don't.
You'd be getting just the new age version of TNA What the Fuck moments if you had me watching AEW.
Hey, can I say something to you? You had me at new age TNA What the Fuck moments. Okay, you had me there. I like that idea a lot, actually. Bayley becomes number 1 contender to the Women's World Championship by beating Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Nia Jax.
So, just gonna lose. Although,
I just don't love how we're using Bianca Belair.
I agree.
I'm
For, like,
starting
the whole
to get
year.
and I understand the thing with Jade Cargill and if it had worked, but even then, looking at this, it's like, she's taken such a step back. And yes, I know other people have had the moment in the sun during this time, but Bianca Belair hasn't even had like the secondary, and I know Jade Cargill's injury really impacts it, but even when they were a tag team and they weren't being pushed properly, there's not enough of this. Bianca Belair should be like a cornerstone piece, and she's not treated that way. And
you know my feelings on Bianca Belair. I called her as a fucking massive superstar before anybody.
Okay, you're a Hulk Hogan talking about Kevin Owens.
She is already one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time.
Yep.
100%. Yep. But if she was dominating the whole year, like she always does, then half the fan base would be crying about it. Anyways, you can't always be on top all the time. And the thing I agree with is they should have done a better job with her and Jade's tag team title reign. It just felt like they weren't featured heavily enough. They weren't given the storylines that they should have been given. 100% agree with that. But I don't think she needed to be on top all year long or in the main events all year long because you were able to get Nia Jax in that situation, which she wasn't really consistently before. Tiffany Stratton's up there. Io Sky was up there. I think it's important to have different people in those positions. My assumption is that we're going to be getting Bianca versus Jade for WrestleMania. That was always my assumption and why they were doing the tag team in the first place. I hope that I don't know Jade's injury situation. The dirt sheets can't make up their minds whether she was actually hurt, whether it's an angle, whether it's a mixture of both. But my hope would be that she's back for WrestleMania and we get Bianca against Jade, which would be an awesome rivalry, an awesome match to have that doesn't even need the title involved. So, and then next year, Bianca can go back to being on top again. It's cyclical. That's pro wrestling.
Yeah, but they need to do a better job of giving her a storyline throughout the whole year. They barely did anything with Jade, like you said. And think about here, when Randy Orton and Matt Riddle had a tag team, they were one of the most over acts in the entire company. They had storylines going on. He wasn't exactly in every main event, Randy Orton, but he was a legend. They could have done a lot with Bianca, and they really haven't. She's just been in like random fatal 4-way triple threat matches for being number 1 contender. Doesn't get anything. It's been bullshit.
I think the team should have been booked as more of a priority than they were, without a doubt.
Yeah, obviously. Hello.
Hello.
Cody and Kevin Owens went through a table, or more that Owens went through a table and then Cody fell on him. I don't even get that. Is you being funny?
A little bit.
Oh, oof. Leave that to me. After Cody and Jimmy Uso lost to Jacob Fatu. Thank you, Giant Truck. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Yeah, this whole part of the story is kind of going sideways for me, too. I felt like it got Christmassy. Like, I'm tired of it.
It's so annoying because, like, Jimmy Uso now is cool
what's Cody doing in this Bloodline thing? Thought he moved on from that.
He's also the world champion. He feels like a secondary. He feels like an afterthought.
Now he's all cool with Jimmy Uso. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Cody and KO is the thing. Cody and KO has been great. Why is Cody doing this other side quest here? I didn't understand why he was part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more asking you, and you've just asked me back.
I'm telling you, I have no idea. I have no idea why they put him back.
I just sat there like, wait, they just said all the things I said. Like, okay, good, nothing.
Cody and Kevin Owens has been great, so he doesn't need to be part of this other thing.
Here's the thing. It's been. I've seen a lot of it though. I'm getting Christmas time vibes. Like, here's your holdover feud that's going to carry us through a bunch of things. I'm getting vibes of I'm tired of Cody and Kevin Owens, to be honest with you.
You want to know why it's the problem? SmackDown is now 3 fucking hours, and they have too much time to kill.
Too much.
Yeah. All right, Penta debuts on Raw, beats Chad Gable. Then Pat McAfee says he couldn't understand his promo. Fuck him, Pat McAfee. Shut the fuck up.
I can understand his promo just fine.
Yeah. Also, Penta is. Oh, listen. Let's take the bias hats off, both of us. BJ, usually relax.
I'm biased towards.
We love Lucha. We all love Lucha the most. Mm-hmm. I loved the stuff that he did in AEW. I love the tag team stuff. I love the ladder matches. I love all the things that I got. And I'm going to love what he's going to do in WWE because I love Penta. And when Phoenix gets there, I'm going to love what he does too. I don't care what fucking company it's in. They go TNA, I'll watch it. We go New Japan, I'll watch it. I love them. And I'm very happy. I hate that it's Chad Gable getting fucking Jay Broned out. But, I mean, dude made him look like a fucking star.
I mean, that's not Jay Broned out for sure.
Nah, he did.
That was a great match.
He Jay Broned.
Competitive match.
Cool.
But they do need to do more with Chad Gable coming out of it.
No shit. But Penta's fantastic, and gimme. Very, look, if I'm hungry, I'm fulfilled now. You know what I mean? That's a good slice of pie.
This was so well done. They gave him all the time in the world, a long, competitive, great match. Promo time afterward, explaining, how he always wanted to be in WWE. It's the big leagues, of course. Had his family front row, kept showing them, which was really cool. And just the way they presented him was fucking fantastic. It made him feel like a big deal. Even for people who, never heard of Penta, they know this dude's important. And the fucking merchandise blitz, as soon as he's there, 2 really nice looking shirts, 2 fucking masks. It's like, makes me wonder about AEW, man. Like, for like, okay, putting aside any issues I have with like their creative and stuff like that. You have Penta and to a little slightly lesser degree Phoenix, but Penta is like as marketable as you could fucking possibly have.
Well, he had masks and stuff. They had pro wrestling tees stuff.
They never sold a mask for Penta or Phoenix. Never.
Is that true?
100% true.
Because I'm almost positive that they did.
Nope. Never had one. Oh, I'm 100% positive they didn't. And it's like, what are you doing? You saw this guy in Lucha Underground. He was a fucking absolute beast.
Mike, what did I say to you? What did I say to you when the Costco guy was breaking down film, marketing film?
Okay. The
marketing,
Costco guy wasn't there yet.
Marketing film with fucking Tony Khan.
Have you seen TikTok?
I said, have you seen TikTok? Have you seen what they're doing over there? Mr. Beast is going to buy it.
It's free money to produce these fucking Penta masks.
It's not free money, but it's probably super cheap. And
it's free money, and they left it on the table. And you know what? No, they didn't leave it on the table. They put it in like a fucking one of those money guns, and they shot it right at WWE and said, take it. And they said, okay, thank you.
I mean, listen, it does sound pretty fun. Like you're just walking out of the
That's what happened.
Someone's money gunning, and you're just like, yeah, I'll take a couple 20s for the road. Thanks, man.
That's what we got.
Yes, if I could get Penta against Io Sky and Kairi Sane again as well, that'd be great.
They're gonna ride the Penta babyface train for a while because of like the merch and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he was like almost like the kind of, in some ways he was like the Stone Cold of Lucha Underground. Like he was like kind of an evil dude that breaks your arm.
Now he's gonna be Rey Mysterio.
But he was beloved. But I want to see a heel run from him at some point in WWE.
Dude, there's a real good chance it ain't anytime soon. Because they have always been looking for a marketable Latin star.
Spur the dirt sheets for 10 years. Yeah.
But for the record, it's the truth, right? And we understand how marketing works. And Ray Phoenix is great. He's oft injured, so it's hard to depend on him. Pentagon, in today's world where everybody loves the anti-hero, he is like, he's the star, and he's gonna be great. All the different masks, all his different stuff that he does, he just looks the part. His moveset, just keep him healthy, man. Keep him healthy. Lyra Valkyria beat Dakota Kai to win the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, and then George DM'd her BJ just Rose. That's sad. Don't do that.
It's probably true. We don't have confirmation
Don't
with
do
it.
that. Remember when he wrote the letter on Twitter?
Yeah, the
That's
four
That's
screenshot
wild.
letter.
That's wild.
Anytime he asks now if he should like DM somebody, I say yes and then send it to us.
That's really fucked up. You should stop picking on him off air.
Nah, I think that's something else. This doesn't move me.
It didn't move anyway.
No.
It's nothing.
Lyra,
like
she's
our
a
idea
good
more.
hand, but she's just like, I mean, I think Dakota Kai would have been more interesting to win it.
Yeah, I agree.
So what you're saying is we got a little ringmaster situation here? We need one fucking promo. You know what I mean?
I don't know if Lyra's got
Charlotte
Stone Cold.
comes in here, bang her Bible. They said Lyra 316.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh, she's got that in her toolbox.
Well, you know what? No one thought Stunning Steve did either, and guess what? History.
Well, yeah, people actually literally did think he had it because he did it in ECW.
Well, they didn't know when he was stunning. You
No,
know,
not when he was stunning.
Yeah, that's why I said stunning. That's how. Come
Okay.
on, man.
But I'm
keep
saying
up,
by the
bud.
time he got to WWF, they did know he had that. Actually,
I disagree with that. He was the ringmaster. They were
I think
certainly.
Vince didn't know because he didn't pay any attention to
Yeah,
that shit.
and neither
but-
did you. Only I did, and my fellow
Yeah.
fellow tape traders who were like, look at this young upstart fucking yelling because he doesn't like Vince. Damian Priest beat Finn Balor in a street fight. Finn Balor also a pretty good loser.
Yeah. If you want to talk about the best loser, it's not Seth, it's Finn. He does a lot more losing.
Yeah, it's not the... Listen, I'm not talking about the number of losses, okay? It's the quality of losses. Great loser. Like, Seth Rollins is a great loser. Finn Balor's a really good loser. You're right. He's not
This
high
has to be
profile.
the end of Judgment Day, right? Finn lost, Liv lost, clean break. Let's go.
I would hope so. This has got to be done already.
I hope that Liv stays with Balor and Dom goes, like, face.
I was going to say, if that happens, then Dom has to be face. I'd be very interested to see that.
Because I think he was face before,
Or,
and
what
everybody
if
rejected
Dom
it.
is cheating on Liv with Raquel?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Dom.
If you don't bring
Taking the round.
if you don't bring Mari in, what are we doing?
Mari?
Yeah, because didn't he
Maury's
do all
still
those? Well, Springer's dead, so you can't bring Jerry Springer in.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is Maury still
Oh,
around?
Maury.
Yeah, Mari.
He was calling him Mari.
Mari
Yeah, what the
Povich,
hell?
right? I forget what it's.
Mari.
I'm sorry. Did I say it weird? Mari
Yeah,
Povich.
Maury.
Every
You
loves
did say
Mari.
it weird.
How do you say it?
Maury.
Maury. Maury. Like you're. I feel like you're missing letters.
Maury.
Mory would be Maury.
I think you're adding
Maury.
letters.
What is wrong with you?
Maury would be Maury.
You're adding some extra R's and Y's or something.
What is happening here?
You ever say a word so many times it like loses its meaning,
Yes.
and you're just like, I have no idea what's happening anymore.
Bommy.
You're like, I don't know. I don't know where you can just start with that. A B maybe? I don't fucking know. Saturday night's main event card confirmed. That's January 25th. Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther gonna win. And Braun Breaker versus Sheamus for the IC title. Man, they keep teasing giving Sheamus this title.
I
It's
don't
the
think it's
one-
gonna happen though. I just don't.
I don't think it's gonna happen either. But I've
I
never
think
seen
eventually
him
it might
tease
happen,
more.
but it's not gonna be beating Braun Breaker for the title.
Well, they beat Braun Breaker for no reason before.
Yeah,
That's true.
but that was Sami Zayn. I don't think
That
they're
was
doing with
insane.
Sheamus.
Oh, listen, they can make Sheamus fucking win here, and then he loses it back.
Sheamus just said he signed a fucking 5-year deal. He's gonna be there till he's 52. So
Part
we'll
of
have
the
some time to
part
do
of the
this.
fucking deal is I'm gonna win the IC title, and they're just getting it out of the way.
They'll give it to him at the end.
I'm gonna go see Tony fucking Khan if you don't give me the IC title. I don't know what
Tony
that
Khan
accent
wouldn't
was.
know what to do with
I don't know
Sheamus.
what that accent was. I sounded like half pirate, half Indian. I don't know what that was.
It was
Neither
they're
of
not
which
talking
was
about it at
Irish.
all. It sounded like a pirate.
Arr.
He's a pirate.
Royal Rumble confirmed.
Real quick, Gunther and Jey Uso, will be a great match, and they actually had a really good promo segment. But, like, what led to this happening?
I don't know.
It was, like, out of left field.
Yeah, totally out of left
I'm
field.
trying to fucking just
They
keep
needed
up with it.
something for Saturday Night's main event.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about with this, because is this quarterly or monthly?
So it's not, here's what it is. It's
When they need it.
when they want to have it, they have it. When NBC wants them to have it, they have it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're beholden to that. So they gotta, like, kind of just fucking fit shit in.
It's just
And it's
fucking
like
house
a week
shows.
before the Royal Rumble, so you're building the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble, and then you gotta, like, build to this, too.
I hate it.
It's tough being so successful and shit.
No, it's what happens when you no. Every company that makes money does this. It goes to the oversaturation point, and it just happens.
Booking wise, it's not that big of a deal because if you're only gonna have like 4 matches at the Royal Rumble and you have 4, maybe 5 matches here, it's basically the equivalent of what we used to have at an old Royal Rumble.
It's all in and all out.
Yeah, I mean, sort of. It's basically
Kind of.
like we keep saying for
So it
all
is.
these shows,
Which
and
we don't
pay-per-views,
like.
They're basically
And that's
just
what we're complaining
like-
about right now. It's like you're gonna put yourself in a bad position. Listen, I understand. Like again,
They're
it's the
basically
point.
house shows.
It's the point of oversaturation. We as consumers are oversaturated, but to them the market is not oversaturated. They are saturating the market with their content to maximize how much money they make. It's capitalism, and I understand that, and honestly, in a way, appreciate the way WWE's always been run as a business. It's a very successful business. It's the reason why we fucking are still wrestling fans, because how successful of a company they are. But yeah, it's just sometimes it leads to fucking 12 pay-per-views a year. Sometimes it leads to a brand split where remember the one year was like 18 pay-per-views in a year? Because SmackDown had their own, then Raw had their own. My God, dude.
That's another thing, like, AEW had that going for them as, like, part of them being an alternative. The 4 pay-per-views, and then they went to 12, or whatever it is.
Why'd they do that, Mike?
Money.
Yep.
That's why anybody does anything.
Honestly,
yeah.
You're not wrong. I hate it, but you're not wrong.
Send us some of your money, patreon.com/ringrusradio, so we can keep doing the podcast.
Honestly, please.
Yeah, we are seriously in a bad shape. By considering not doing this anymore, so people need to start making changes, or we're going to have to.
People need to look in the mirror.
Did we talk about the fact that Royal Rumble's going to be in Saudi Arabia?
No, we didn't.
No.
I will say this: I don't like it. I understand.
Again, why are they doing that?
Because money, all blood covered dick money, right?
At least it'll be at like 12 p.m. in the afternoon.
That'll be so weird. I don't want to watch the Royal Rumble at 12 p.m.
Dude,
it is so crazy that they're doing it in Saudi Arabia.
Here's the thing.
Hold on,
Like, how long until WrestleMania is in fucking Saudi Arabia?
To me,
Give me a break.
to me, you want to do an event there, or in Australia, or in Germany, you know what I mean, in England, I get it. We'll make the time switch. I don't care. I don't watch anyway. But to me, doing one of the cornerstone events in a place that has brought controversy, like Saudi Arabia, really does expose just like Mike, you want to sit on your fucking ethical high horse all the time.
Hey.
This is a bad. It's a bad look. It's a bad fucking look. That's what I'm saying.
Hang on. I always say, like, okay, you have this business relationship. If you're just gonna do like Crown Jewel or recreate King of the Ring or whatever, that's fine, and do your deal. But I totally disagree with like bringing like a Big 4 pay-per-view into it, because keep that shit sacred.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're kind of bastardizing Royal Rumble by doing that. Again, they probably were offered a fucking astronomical amount of money, and from a business perspective, it's probably like, we can't really turn this down, I guess. But
100%.
for the fan, it sucks.
Just do the greatest Royal Rumble part 2.
No, I never want to see that again.
I can't believe they did that.
The next pay-per-view after Royal Rumble next year is going to be called Royal Rumble Remix. Or what? Rewind. What was the one? WrestleMania Backlash. Remember they were just
WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble Backlash.
Royal Rumble Backlash. And they'll just do it again and pretend like we know that one sucked. We're gonna do it again. Or they do a finish like Brett and Lex Luger. You know what I mean? We don't have a finish.
Out at the same time.
We're gonna do it again. So we're gonna do it again.
Honestly, that'd be kind of interesting. Like, they do the Rumble and fucking they
Saudi
can't
Arabia?
determine who won,
Yeah.
and then a month later they have Royal Rumble Part 2.
Right. And those two people just get screwed over. It's like, all right, give you 1 and 2 now.
Yeah, they're 1 and 2. It's reverse order now.
Right.
All of a sudden, Dink is like fucking 30. He's like, what? What the fuck?
Oh my god, I would love to see Dink in the Royal Rumble. It's not even a joke.
Listen, that's one thing of the Royal Rumbles that have died that I can't handle is the true lack of the fun surprises. Like, just give me a guy from the fucking 80s who I fucking
All I'm
love.
asking for is like 2 surprise like old people in each Rumble. That's not.
I would like 5. I want to see some fun guys I haven't seen, you know what I mean, in a long time. Just give me fucking Stevie Richards, you know what I mean? Give me somebody you know is still working. Give me C.W. Anderson.
C.W. Anderson.
Hell yeah.
The Royal Rumble is February 1st, and where's this one at?
Indianapolis.
The Mecca, guys.
Yeah.
How's Jim Irsay doing?
Pretty bad,
well.
actually.
Yep, that's
Did
what
you see the video of him?
I did.
Yeah.
He's got like the craziest rich person wheelchair I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he did insane amount of drugs for a lot of years, so this was inevitable.
Well, I don't think that cripples
Watch out, Donnie.
You don't think doing an insane amount of drugs for many years cripples you?
No.
Okay.
I'm banking on it,
Well,
actually.
we'll find out.
He's only 65.
I'm banking on it, brother. I'm banking on it not doing that. So, yeah. You don't think alcohol does it to
Find
you?
out.
Looking, turning the fucking gun right back to you?
I don't drink that much.
BJ, thoughts?
I mean, I think Mike drinks quite a bit.
Oh, I know.
What he says.
You don't drink anyway? How often do you drink now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll drink like while watching the Bills game. I don't drink during the week, really at all.
So you don't drink Dewar's liquor almost nightly?
No, I don't drink. I really
What
don't
about
drink
Donnie
liquor at all.
Neither do I, man. Yeah.
I'll drink some beers while I'm watching the game or something, but that's it.
Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens also continuing through fucking February 1st at least. The ladder match for the Undisputed Championship. Both belts.
They're definitely going to put the 2 titles up there, which that's a classic move.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a
listen,
true
it's been. I love Kevin Owens, and he's been working his tail off. I'm just a little bit bored with this whole thing. It's a lot of spinning the wheels here.
I have a legit question.
Sure.
What does he even do at WrestleMania?
Who's that?
He's going to face Randy Orton.
Kevin Owens?
Randy Orton.
So you're saying that Randy Orton returns here, costs him the championship, and then you get Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I'd be fine with that.
100%.
I saw somebody say that online. Good steal.
No, it's what I've been thinking. Literally since
That's
he
a good
fucking
steal, bud.
Gave him a
Hey,
pile.
no. Listen, it's a stat. It's a stat in the NBA. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll spin it hockey like. Good takeaway. You took that. You fought that fucking idea away from somebody else.
It was
Now
a
it's
scoring
your
chance
idea.
that I created on my own.
You are 100% too
I didn't
plotting.
have to see that anywhere. I'm not you.
You are 100%.
I can think of a simple idea on my own.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I haven't seen it.
I know, it's hard to believe.
It is. Thanks for making the text real small here, bud. That's really wild to see. Like, look at the fucking. Nobody can see it, but it's wild.
While we were off for a few weeks, this is the one thing that kept me coming back.
Is what?
Let's see the
shitty stat?
See the text.
See if the size would change.
I'm legitimately looking so close. My eyes hurt so fucking bad, dude. I did call successfully that Okada would beat Ospreay. I said that.
Bro, we all called the entire tournament.
No, you said Ospreay was going to win.
I have no idea if I said that.
You did.
We called
you
the
both
entire
did. It was the opposite of me. I fucking got it right. Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander. Very good match, Mike.
Great. I didn't watch this pay-per-view, but I watched the first match.
I watched.
Yeah, this match was. BJ, very good pay-per-view?
I thought it was a good show.
Yeah, very good pay-per-view. No, okay, so you're
Stop trying to make him say very. He
No,
said good.
no, it's not good. That's not good enough.
It's
not good enough.
Well,
it's the same as all the others?
No.
But it's the classic AEW pay-per-view. If you take each match in a vacuum, really good. But the collective just doesn't do it for me.
That's very honestly, very stupid. You're very stupid.
It's just so long, dude. It's so
I know,
long.
but I don't watch it with
Like,
that
here.
perspective. That's not my perspective anymore.
don't
like,
care.
can I tell
don't
you the
care.
truth?
As
I
I'm
didn't
watching
even
it,
notice
it's
that
a fucking
SmackDown
long-ass
was.
show.
I didn't
Same
even,
with SmackDown. Right, the past 2 weeks, I texted
No.
Mike both times. This fucking blows.
I didn't even notice
Too much?
until
Too
it
much?
was the number of files that I had to open up. Right? I was like, why is there fucking 2 extra files in the SmackDown one? Like, I don't
Right.
get it.
Crazy.
And I was like, oh, but I'm doing other stuff. I'm not. The length has not bothered me in years. I'm like my wife. It's just I've come to grips with it. It's not there.
Well, she's come to grips with it being too small.
That's
You've come
what
to
I
grips
mean.
with it being too
Too
long.
long, exactly. I just said we both come
She
to
can't
grips
even
with
come to grips with you.
it. Yeah, she can come. She can come.
That's not what I meant.
If somebody else is around.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. We always like
Yikes,
someone
dude.
watching. Yes, but yeah, Okada and Will Ospreay was a fucking super awesome match. I genuinely really loved their interactions, and I thought the Takashita and Powerhouse Hobbs match was fucking really, really good too. Adam Cole and MJF, I liked the match. I thought it was going to be better than it was.
Yeah, I think everyone else did also.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not on
I
social
think
media,
they
so I don't know what
probably
people
both
said.
lost their fucking will to go on with this rivalry.
Yeah, I think they did too.
Mhm.
I think they're just done with this, and they're like, we're done with this.
Like this
They
was
tried
the
to make
high
it
low.
happen, and it had lost all its luster.
I thought the main event was really fun too. So I really genuinely like this pay per view. Real quick, 8 out of 10. And I would say my favorite match was probably actually Okada and Ricochet. It was super quick but super fun. It was like actually, you know, I'll take it back. Monet and Statlander are probably better.
Oh, interesting.
As I said,
I'm not a Monet
I did
guy,
not
but
watch this
good.
pay per view, but to me, like beforehand, like I had to write like a preview article for Bleach Report, and you kind of like predict the match order.
You volunteered to
predicted-
write it.
No, I have to write every time. But I predicted that the main event would be the Continental Classic final, and I should have been right about that because that's what it should have been.
Mm.
Why would the Mox match have been the main event when it was so blatantly obvious what was going to happen? I don't believe there was any.
Edge return. Coach,
Yeah, but
sorry.
then you also had Kenny Omega return though for Okada.
Yeah, but you had them both.
But the World
So I
title
would
was
have done
much
the
more-
better match with the return after.
Cope.
As the main event.
Cope ain't. Listen, Cope's gonna throw his weight around. That's what he does.
Honestly, maybe you're right about that.
That's what he does. That's what he does. But yes,
Oh, God.
looking back now, 10 out of 10.
By the way, Meltz, it didn't make Dirt Sheet Busters, but Meltz said a thing like, yeah, the reason why Tony Khan did Okada and Ospreay as the final of this is because he wanted to have the greatest tournament of all time. And it's like, okay, well, the reason he did that as the final is because he wanted you, Meltz, to give it 6 stars. That's the reason he books any match ever, is to try to get you to give it 6 stars. And he's like, oh, nobody really knew that they were going to do this match because it wasn't built up or anything. It's like, well, that's a fucking tournament, first of all. So
Yes, hi,
anything can
welcome.
happen. And literally all of us knew it because we said it from fucking day one.
That's true.
That's what it was
Day
gonna be.
one-ish.
Dave may be losing his shit a little bit.
He's
He may
lost
be,
it all,
He
brother.
may be losing his marbles, but like starting to get. How old is he now? He's got to be in his 60s, maybe late
Yeah.
I
60s.
don't think so. Let's see.
I always say it though, like, he would always do the whole Vince is out of touch thing, and okay, sure, he was, but
Definitely.
you are also out of touch now, man.
Oh,
Totally.
dude.
He was 65.
He's 65.
Yep.
Whoo.
He's gonna be looking like Ursay soon, this guy.
Dude,
Dude.
yeah, he's probably
They're
already.
the same
But
age.
his biceps are good. Do you ever see the guy who just gets bicep implants and then tries to fight?
They're gonna deflate
That's
soon.
Did you ever see that guy? Look it up.
No.
He has bicep.
Popeye?
He has bicep implant. No, but he's Popeye's forearms, dude. He's its bicep implants,
attention.
chest implants, and
Those
like
are
cheek
tumors,
implants.
Popeye.
And he tried to get into a UFC fight with like a bare knuckle fight, and dude beat the shit out of him.
Wow.
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
That does sound a lot like what would happen with Dave.
Yep, AEW Grand Slam, because he just works glamour muscles, dude. Nothing functional. Mariah May versus the Gauntlet winner, which will be fun.
Is this the one that's in Australia?
Yeah.
The one that they can't sell anything for?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeeksies. They had to move it from a massive venue to a very small one.
I mean, probably should be running smaller venues anyway.
There you
100%.
go. Nope, told him to.
Yeah.
Now told them to, even though we've been saying it for years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just how you should have kept doing. Like the place, the way they handled Philadelphia is exactly how they should be handling every city and every destination. There is the main building in Philadelphia that you guys saw NXT in.
You gotta go to the Leah Kuris Center, brother.
Yeah, the Leah Core Center, right down the street in Temple. It seats 11,000. It's 100%
That's
a better
a little
venue.
much.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying at the time.
Maybe they should run ECW Arena. That's more their speed.
I definitely think they should. I mean, gimmicky shit like that always works too. Look, it worked for NXT like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Copeland and Kenny Omega both back.
No,
He's
wait.
Cope. He's still Adam Copeland. They
No,
wants
he's
to be
not.
called Cope.
What's his name?
The rated R
Say his
superstar
name.
Cope.
This is gonna be like Great Balls of Fire. Say his name.
Rated R superstar Cope.
There you go.
He got rated R superstar too, so he's fucking in. He can just say it.
Cope.
Yep. Cope, comma, the rated R superstar.
The bet that like he wants this so bad. It's like, why do you want this to be your name, bud?
Because the coping mechanism is going to be his finisher, and you're going to fucking be deadly, dude. You're like, oh, I love
He's
that
like,
shit.
oh, the radar superstar Adam Copeland is too much to say. It's like, no, it's not at all.
Cope.
There's a lot of Adams.
That's
though,
Vince.
in
That's
AEW.
Vince McMahon. All the years of Vince McMahon in his ear. This is a Vince McMahon move. Taking
It
away
is.
his own last name, and like taking away his own first name and making it a one name thing.
In most of his last name.
Yeah, that's a Vince move. He can't even help it, dude. He's been just ingrained. Hobbs versus Mox for the title. Hobbs will not win. One of AEW's best losers.
Wait, so did he just lose to Takeshita and then he got a title match right away? A world title match?
No, he lost and then he won a
PG?
different match. He lost and then won. So you're saying he lost and now he gets this match. No, he lost, then he won a match to get this match.
So he lost the title match, then his reward is get a match for the opportunity to have a world title match, and then he won that, and now he's going to lose again.
Yes.
He won the Casino Gauntlet or whatever.
Ah, I got you, the Casino Gauntlet.
Yep. I actually like that
Or
match
whatever.
a lot. That's a fun match. Jeff
Wiggle
Jarrett
Ruckus.
isn't retiring. Slap nuts.
He wants the world title.
This
So
got
Please
me
give it
hyped.
to him. Please give it
Dude.
to him.
Okay, be very honest time. You and me.
I like
Very
Jeff
honest time. Always like Jeff Jarrett. Couldn't draw a dime. But
Yep.
there was a time in my life where I used the term slap nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
got in
it,
trouble.
like as part of my lexicon. Like I'd be like, come on, slap nuts. I'd say it often. Like it was part of my lingo for a while.
Mm.
Like
And that's why
John.
that's why you're so cool, right?
No, looking back, it wasn't very cool. As most things that are said like that are, looking back, you're like, oh man, I fucking remember I said that. I would look like an idiot. Like for that week when I tried to say bussin', you know what I mean? Like it didn't work for me.
Did you have
No.
yellow lens sunglasses while you were saying slap nuts?
No, in high school, I had the blue tinted, inside
Yeah, of course,
glasses. Yes.
Nice.
as you would.
Yeah. I mean, it's my ID. My wife has my ID because she said that's when she fell in love with me.
That's definitely not true.
It is. I swear to God that's true.
Because you have sunglasses?
Well, she said that I had long hair and I came down, and she said you reeked of weed in the hallway. And she
God.
said it was in that moment that like she thought I was like a bad boy, and she was like, I like him. And
Oh,
now
yikes.
we were graduating, so I didn't.
Problems are worse than I even knew.
Yeah, I know, right? She stuck around a long time, but we didn't. So we're like ready to graduate pretty much, and I like lost contact with her, and it wasn't until like a year and a half later to where she was like, she found me, and she was like, hey, you want to go out? I was like, you're a girl asking me out? Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, so that worked great.
Maybe you should do a podcast about your relationship and maybe we'll get some money.
Would that make money?
I don't think.
I don't
it's
know.
that. Listen, I don't think.
I have no
I don't think
idea.
there's money in podcasting anymore. If I'm honest, if you're not
I
a
think there
celebrity,
is.
if you're not a celebrity, I don't think there is.
Oh, well, that's a shame. What do you mean? You have 14 years of Ring Rust Radio.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not celebrity, what is?
Yeah, what else have we been doing?
I'm
Donnie?
more famous for one F I gave than anything I've done on this show for fucking.
Listen,
12
run with
years.
it. Maybe you should do a sports podcast. I'm the guy that gave the F.
Yeah,
It's
F
F
your
you.
takes or
It's
whatever.
F you or something like that.
you gotta grade shit.
It's always and it's always
podcast.
exaggerated. It's like A plus. It's like we're talking about the hurricane. It's
Making the grade with Donald Wood. There we go.
There you go, dude.
yeah. Yo, listen, you guys want in on it?
Once it starts to make money, yeah, I'll be.
Once it makes sense, so never. So you're out on it. Got it. That was, listen, AEW. I didn't watch the debut on Netflix was worth your time, right? Because they blew it out. It was a fucking a one night spectacular. The second night on Netflix, the mid-card Mafia was out in force. Very much underwhelmed.
I'll say this. I think that, like, the spirit of the second episode was better. The first episode had, like, the big names and had, you know, The Rock and Cena and stuff like that. But it felt to me, and the atmosphere was the cool part about it. Like, it did not feel like a regular episode of Raw. But it felt to me like it was, like, a show to get, like, the casual fan. Like, here's The Rock.
And it did. It's Netflix. They see fucking, look at all these people. I remember that guy. Oh my God, look how shitty he looks now.
There wasn't a ton of substance to the episode. It was more like an introductory thing to the people that they hope would just, who like to watch Netflix and would click on it, basically.
Well, people did.
Yeah, they sure did.
Also, I just want to say here, sometimes our justice system in the United States gets questioned.
What's the problem?
It gets questioned. But I think sometimes justice is served. And I'm thankful that Vince McMahon has been cleared of those nasty charges. You know what I mean?
That certainly isn't what happened.
That's what I'm thinking.
That was an insane statement he released. Basically, he just, like, settled the monetary issue of, like, lying about doing these NDA payouts and not associating it with the company, because that was
He agreed
illegal.
to pay the money back.
Right, he agreed to pay a fine and then to pay $1.3 million back to WWE, and he's like, there it is, case closed.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not case closed.
He's back.
He's still being sued for sexual harassment and assault and trafficking.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I want Vince and Shane in AEW so fucking bad, dude.
I don't think there's any chance they would bring in Vince, but they would. The whole Shane thing, like, totally quieted down.
I hope that was for a good reason. I hope they're trying to throw everybody off the scent. Because I know I just want him to do it. I want to see the wild nature of it.
I want him to do it once just because I would laugh. It would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I always said, I said this to Joe and a couple of the other guys who are AEW fans. I said, you know what AEW needs? I said, it needs a McMahon. And they were furious.
Is Joe struggling with, like, what's been going on, or is he, like, kind of one of those guys that just, like, pretends everything's fine?
No, he doesn't watch as much.
Okay.
He still watches, but it's just he just doesn't watch wrestling as much now. So
yeah,
he's just I think he said something about being just overload. So
disenfranchised.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you. If I was, it would be a very hard time to just get in as a casual wrestling fan because there's just so much to have to go through. You know what I mean?
We'll just pick and choose.
Yeah, but that's like. No, it's like getting into a sport and you don't really have a team and you got to like start diagnosing which team you want to like, and it can be a lot. It can be a lot. You know what I mean? So okay, that's we talked enough about wrestling. I'm done with that shit. Patreon, support us. I'm gonna say this real quick. That is a real true statement. We're not losing advertisers because we're saying horrible things. That's not true. They don't listen. They don't listen. They don't hear them. But the truth
is, because we're not famous and we talk about wrestling. That's why.
Yes, that is truly the reason why. Monetarily, they don't see a worthy investment in us because we're not Kelsey.
We're like mutants.
You know what I mean? We don't have this cachet behind us, and we're independent. And as with most independent artists, we're getting shut out by the man.
We need BG to start dating a pop star.
BJ?
That'd be nice.
BJ is like. Yes, it's fine, but it's you know what? BJ signs but it's one of those like Looney Tunes thing where it's the devil. So you're like, I'll fucking do that, and I'd be like, great, your supermodel is what's her name, RuPaul.
That would be great. That would be great.
BJ's like, you know what? That's a warm hole. That's a warm hole, and I've been missing it. I got you, Ru.
RuPaul just had a book release. This is perfect timing.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Perfect.
Let's get to work on that. I plan to save Rigorous Radio.
Yeah, we gotta get BJ and RuPaul fucking stat. BJ?
I am in the market. Patreon.com/RingRustRadio. Go there to hear the ad-free version of our podcast. Get early access to upcoming retros like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows we recorded months ago, and Batman Returns we recorded last month. You can also sign up to hear our best gaming console ever bracket and the WWE Fantasy Season 39 draft that we recorded today. Most importantly, join us Tuesday, February 4th for our next bracket. Sign up right now.
Got to get Daniel Hayden on the case. We got to get a BJ's drag race shirt ahead of Pride Month. Whatever Pride Month is, we'll release it. That'll be our
Pride
little
months
thing.
every month.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, because I'm just down. Just fuck, dude. As long as two consenting adults fucking, whatever, dude. None of my business. Just do it. Don't do it in the streets, because that's just still not allowed.
Well.
No, I'm serious. Don't be doing it in the streets. No, I put that out there. Because if there's kids there, now you're a fucking, now you join the other list. Anything else? Did you say everything you had to say?
Yeah.
Let's go on then. I quit. For a little.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies anonymously sourced. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it is time for the best segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. Donald Wood was gone for like multiple weeks in a row. Still could not be bothered to finish this episode. Ran away like a little bitch when it came time to tell the truth. But you know who didn't run away? Brandon Galvin.
Nope, never run away. Always here for our listeners, our supporters. Fuck Donnie Wood. He's a bitch. Fuck the Dirt Sheets. They've been acting up. I can't wait to hear what you're going to tell us about.
I don't know who's worse between Donald Wood and the Dirt Sheets, to be honest with you. It's close.
They're one and the same, to be honest.
In a lot of ways. So, as I mentioned, we were like 3 weeks where we had pre-recorded content. We weren't quote-unquote live on the show. And while we are away, the Dirt Sheets play. That's their MO. It's been that way for many years. And there were a lot of lies floating around while we were gone. We're going to start with Wrestle Votes, who many people think is Donald Wood. Wasn't it crazy when Raw was 3.5 hours?
Oh, I don't remember that. I would be fucking pissed if it was.
Yeah, me too. I think I would remember something so devastating. Sources indicate that as of this morning, Raw, that is the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, this is referring to, is slated to run for 3.5 hours tonight. While minor adjustments are possible, expect the show to fall within that range. What's that range mean? Because it ended up being like just barely over 3 hours is what the show ended up being.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, so it was not in any range of 3.5 hours. It was a 3-hour show, and silly us, we went into the show like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I hope it's not going to be 3.5 hours. It's really going to suck. Yeah. We should know better. Do not listen to the Dirt Sheets. Do not expect anything they say to be true, because it wasn't. It was a 3-hour show, which even that is kind of taxing, but they bounced back this week. It was only 2.5, which is much more manageable.
Yeah. I still think it should be 2 hours. I hope they bring it down to 2 hours.
I agree. And like
it's
Triple H,
too much.
Yeah, basically Triple H
SmackDown is now 3 hours, and it's way too long now.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm glad that that's going to be going back to 2 hours. Apparently, it's going to be in June. Again, Triple H should say it's going to go back. The Dirt Sheets are saying June, so take that with a huge grain of salt, obviously. But the fact that it's going to go back is good. It's weird to me. I understand why USA would want 3 hours, because you're losing 3 hours of programming. So monetarily, it makes sense. Yeah. But I don't get why you would want it for 5 months and then not want it anymore.
Yeah, but there must be something that they have coming out. But still, like, 3 hours on fucking Friday night. That's a lot. It's
brutal. And what Triple H basically said was, to him, I don't know if you saw the interview, he said 2.5 hours is his ideal show, because he feels like 3 can be too much and you're kind of trying to stretch to get to that 3 hour mark. And 2 can sometimes feel like not enough, because you're having to, cut something and that you want to have part of the show or make it less than, and he doesn't want that. So he says, for him, 2.5.
I just strongly disagree with that.
No.
2 hours is just fine, and you can build up to next week's episode, just like they did in NXT, just like they did for months on Raw and SmackDown in 2024. And just like they did for what felt like a decade.
Right. It was a wonderful time when they, for those couple months where Raw and SmackDown were both 2 hours.
I don't know. Somehow they made it work during the Attitude Era, and they were highly profitable, highly successful. So I think they can make it work. 2 hours, but yeah.
When it comes to cable television, it's going to be about money. But when you're on Netflix,
right?
I don't think it's. I mean, you can have room for more ads, I guess, the longer the show is. But
see, that's what's interesting, Mike. Good point. Because typically you have to sell those spots.
Right.
So if you have a 3 hour, you have to know that what type of length you're going to have for your show.
You would think, unless whatever the agreement, Netflix just kind of takes care of that. I don't know. It's interesting.
Very fascinating.
Yeah. Next was from Wrestling Observer Radio. Melts lies about Penta's WWE debut.
Oh.
Probably a little
WWE lied also.
Jilted lover situation, you think?
That's definitely true. WWE told us January 6th. Then January 6th happened. And he wasn't there.
Well, WWE did not tell us that.
No, they didn't. One of the vignettes. It was like his logo,
it never
the
said
teaser,
January 6th.
and it said January 6th.
I never saw it, and nobody ever. It was never put anywhere.
I'm pretty
Look
sure.
Look it up, because I'm about to own Meltz for lying. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Penta El Zero Miedo was originally slated to make his WWE debut during the Raw premiere on Netflix, but was pulled at the last minute. Teaser vignettes for Penta have been airing on WWE programming for weeks, including another cryptic video during Raw that confirmed he'll be using the name Penta in WWE. Despite growing anticipation, Meltzer reported that, and I quote, a lot of stuff was cut or altered for the Netflix premiere, with Penta's debut being one of the major changes. So, last minute, Penta's pulled off this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they have the progression of his vignette prepared for the show, because the week before it didn't say Penta, but on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, they have the mask, and then it says Penta. So it's a progression from week to week. First it's the 0 with the line through it, then it's the mask, then it's the mask with Penta written in it. So, based on that, this was the natural progression they were going towards, and then the debut was going to be the following week. Also, what does last minute mean? Last minute to me means a minute before it happens, but let's give a little grace. Last minute means day of, right? If you want to be fair about it. There was no indication, no report or anything that Penta was even in town for this show. So, and they made a very concerted effort going into this week to basically say without saying that Penta was going to be Chad Gable's opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And they dropped the merch and all that before the show even happens to get a kickstart on that.
That was odd.
Clearly this was a concerted effort, what they wanted to do. And to me, I mean, and this opened Raw, besides the promo segment, this was like the opening big segment of Raw this week. It got, I don't know, between the match and the promo afterwards, how long was that? Maybe a half hour of Raw?
It felt like 30 minutes.
It was a long segment. So to me, I don't think this was ever planned for the original, for the debut episode, because you had The Rock and you had John Cena and you had like 4 huge matches advertised for that show. And it wasn't even a 3.5 hour show despite lies. It was a 3-hour show. So to me, it made a lot more sense to have it on this week where you could put a true spotlight on him. He never would have gotten all that mic time if you would have put it on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. That match wouldn't have gotten more than probably 10 minutes. So I think it made a lot of sense to do it that way. And, you know, you say you saw January 6th. I never saw that anywhere, and I never saw it, like, reported anywhere that anything said January 6th. I saw Dirt Sheets saying, oh, the expectation is he's going to be on the January 6th show. But WWE never advertised or even suggested it that I saw. So I say Meltz is full of shit on this one.
All right, I'm going to try to look it up.
Okay. Next one, from PW Insider. PW Insider lies about Penta's WWE debut.
So everyone's just lying.
Everyone's lying. It is the Dirt Sheets after all. This one, WWE management We're happy with Penta's debut and the reaction he received from the fans in San Jose, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. By the way, I wonder if Meltz was there. He's from San Jose. He moves heaven and earth to go to AEW shows, but there wasn't universal happiness amongst WWE talents, though, due to Penta's match and post-match interview running much longer than originally planned. This led to other segments later in the show having time cut, and some wrestlers, according to Johnson, were obviously not thrilled about that. Seems a little unlikely to me that there was that much of an issue with it. The whole allure of Raw on Netflix is you don't necessarily have a hard out. You don't have to be out in 3 hours on the dot. You don't have to be out in 2.5 hours on the dot. Like these last couple weeks, the first episode was 3 hours plus a few minutes. This week it was 2.5 hours plus a few minutes. So you have a grace period. So it's hard for me to believe that they were just, cutting things at will. The positive of being on not cable television where you don't have to adhere to a strict schedule is that you have a little wiggle room for stuff like that. So I find it hard to believe. And I also think it's convenient that, Penta's first day in the company and already we got a report like all the wrestlers are mad at him. We have to have a negative report right out of the gate, of course. Did you find anything on
I'm still searching.
January 6th?
I'm still searching.
Okay.
Because it could have been that they said Netflix. But
right.
Prior to the Netflix debut, you're assuming anything that they're promoting for Netflix is the debut episode.
Maybe.
And I think that's to me, if they put Netflix after his logo, you're assuming it's going to be on that show. I think it's a natural assumption.
This is from WrestleVotes. A top star is going to be in an important match at WrestleMania. You believe that?
I do believe that. But sometimes they used to tell us that John Cena was never going to be in a match.
Sometimes he was going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Sources confirm Becky Lynch's impending return will factor heavily into high-level WrestleMania plans as the road to WrestleMania to Las Vegas begins. So, Becky Lynch, when she comes back, is going to be a big deal. Do you believe that?
I believe that.
Me too.
I think that's good reporting, Mike.
Yeah, it's great.
It's worth reporting.
There was also reports suggesting that Becky was going to be on the first episode of Raw on Netflix, and she was not, nor was she on the second episode. So.
No, I have not seen her.
This next one's from Ibo of Wrestle Purist. He's trying to be in the game as an insider. The Rock, who meticulously plans his every move, is clueless about his own future. Think that's true?
Okay. No, I don't think that's true.
After a fan asked why The Rock wrapped up his program with Cody Rhodes, Ibo of Wrestle Purist noted that The Rock doesn't know when he will next be wrestling. The Rock has absolutely no clue when he will wrestle again, Ibo tweeted.
Come on.
The Rock?
Are we really supposed to believe that?
The Rock has no clue. The Rock will be wrestling when he wants to wrestle, so he absolutely has a clue.
He definitely knows if he's gonna wrestle or not. I hate all these fucking reports about this shit.
To me, at this point, it's like, why did the dirt sheets bother reporting anything about The Rock?
Yeah.
Because
that's a good point.
The only people that know are him and maybe like Triple H and Nick Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else knows what his plans are or what he's gonna do. So and I'm sorry, but Ibo of Wrestle Purist is not talking to any of those guys. Neither are Dave Meltzer or anybody else. They're simply not. So you have no clue. So stop speculating.
Absolutely not. They know nothing.
That brings me
Meltzer
to
a segment from fucking 2014.
Right. He thought it was current.
Leading to a match.
You ready for the coup de grace?
Double stomach.
It's a 3-parter. It's Meltz continues to know absolutely nothing about The Rock's WrestleMania plans. Okay. He's been at this for months now. Just before I read the reports, I want to set the stage, because the first report was very shortly after last year's WrestleMania, if you remember. Meltz is saying, plan is Rock and Cody WrestleMania 41 main event. You recall this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. He's adamant about that. So, a few months ago, Here's the famous report that we've made fun of many times. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reports that, as of right now, Johnson is not scheduled for 2025's WrestleMania. Meltzer said he specifically asked about the most recent rumor that Rock could face Reigns and Rhodes in a triple threat at WrestleMania 41. It was told by an unidentified source he's not going to be able to do Mania. He already gave word that he wouldn't be able to do that match. Okay. And then, of course, The Rock famously said, don't believe any of that bullshit. Owned him. Okay. Subsequent report. This is from about a week ago or so. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there is an internal belief within WWE that The Rock will be at WrestleMania 41 in some capacity. Even though the current reported plan suggests that he could see WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes taking on John Cena, it is stated that this could change depending on what The Rock wants to do at the big show. Previously, it was believed that The Rock would be the one facing Rhodes at WrestleMania with both the Undisputed WWE Championship and The Rock's personal People's Championship on the line. So, it went from Rock versus Cody, then The Rock can't do Mania, then they think he is going to do Mania. Okay. And then here's the final part of that equation. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter explained that people within WWE believe that the plan of having Rock taking on Cody Rhodes has officially been scrapped. Since he's not facing Rhodes, the idea of facing Reigns is still on the table, but considering that Rock is not expected to compete at WrestleMania 41, that doesn't look like it will be the place where the match happens. Meltzer mentioned that the money places like Saudi Arabia pay fighters in boxing and UFC could bleed into the decision of where Rock versus Reigns takes place, but regardless of location, the match is still expected to take place at some point in the future, especially considering that The Rock told fans on the January 7th WWE NXT that he thinks 20 steps ahead of everyone. And you know who that includes? He's thinking 20
Dave
steps
Meltzer.
ahead of Dave Meltzer, who has no fucking clue.
Very convenient reporting. While you were talking, I was waiting for you to finish. I could ask, when was this report? Was this before or after Raw on Netflix debut?
This last one was after Raw on Netflix debut.
Right, because then he's looking at it like, oh, him and Cody now, they're cool, so they're not going to have a match.
Exactly. It's not something he's reporting on, it's something he's observing, like
Right.
the rest of us are observing. And what was very clear was, like, they did that whole thing with him and Cody, so to make it clear to the fans, like, we're not doing Rock and Cody. Okay. But then he has no clue what they are doing, so then he comes up with this report.
Yeah, all bullshit.
Yep.
I did find this Penta thing, Mike.
Okay.
I'll tell you where the confusion lies.
Okay.
For all parties.
Okay.
This may have been deliberate. It may not have been deliberate.
Okay.
But I understand for all parties to be confused by this. I went back through our text search history. Typed in Penta.
Yep.
Because you texted us. You texted me and George. Penta. Right? When the first teaser.
The first teaser,
right?
yes.
First teaser. December 16th. First
Yep.
teaser. It's about at the 9-hour and about 37-minute mark-ish of Raw. Okay? They have the teaser, and the very next thing, it's Raw on Netflix coming January 6, 2025.
Gotcha.
So, you could easily think that the thing is, the teaser is Penta, he's coming to Raw on Netflix January 6, 2025. You could also say, it's just a teaser for Penta, then there's a teaser for Raw on Netflix 2025.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. Because they were doing those teasers over and over and over again for weeks leading up to, the debut on Netflix. Maybe that's what Melt saw, and then he made that up because of it. Wouldn't be the first time he did that.
No, definitely will not be the first time. It won't be the last.
Damn right. BG, how'd we do? Ooh, ah. Coming for you, Dave.
Alright, guys, time for emails. What's that sound?
Oh,
the handsome
back.
one's back? What? Yeah, he is.
What the fuck was that?
That was me rapping. You didn't know I did that, did you?
Well,
Yeah, I remember when you
you
used to try to rap.
write lyrics.
I definitely did. You used to rap. I was the lyricist.
You're the ghostwriter. Dude.
What? Welcome back. RingRosetti@yahoo.com. Short, sweet, further what we're talking about. Not exactly what we're talking about. Give us money. We're desperate. Like BJ's over here trying to fuck RuPaul. We're hitting bottom of the barrel, man.
These are all the ideas we have left.
Our next bracket is people we'd want BJ to fuck for money.
Wait, he's fucking them for money, or he's fucking them to make us all money?
He's fucking them to make us money.
All the above.
Okay, then I'm in.
Is it living or dead? Because I FDR. I'd like to see you work FDR.
I don't think dead, because there would be a lot of logistical issues with that.
But for the record, you fucking FDR. Think about it. Because he's got that back-bending disease, so his legs didn't work, so you'd be fucking riding that wheelchair around, buddy. All right, Mike?
Great. This is from Andrew Elias Sampson. Subject, up-and-comers of NXT.
For the record, Andrew Sampson needs to be more of a fucking participant in the show. He lurks in the shadows.
He used to
much.
love us, and now he hates us.
Yeah. No, he's got a family. He takes care of
So yeah, whatever.
him.
Hello there, boys. Y'all want green, ever clear Green Day content? I got you covered. Great.
Everclear, better than Green Day. Sorry.
I like Green Day.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would. I like good music.
Mm-hmm.
The NXT women's roster
Do you
right
like
now
Avril Lavigne?
Yeah.
She had a couple good songs,
I
yeah.
bet you
She did have a couple good songs.
That's all I had to hear.
Skater boy. See you later, boy. NXT women's roster right now is one of the elite rosters across all brands, based on potential, in-ring skills, and personality. Here's a Sweet 16 bracket to help determine the most promising star to rise in NXT. Current champions withheld. Bonus points. Let's pause and respect the Final Four, because I'm sure the Final Four will have the potential to be a new and better women's four horsemen. Okay. Sasha really brought down the OG horsemen. I do not agree with that. Slim Pickens, never apologize for length, and great balls of fire, boys. And here's for a badass 2025, Andrew Dragon Simpson Sampson.
I noticed something as soon as I look at this list.
Mm-hmm.
There's no boys.
Yeah, he said women.
Okay. Is this based on respect or future?
I'm sure, for him, I think it's based on respect. For us, I think it's all-encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. First matchup, Nikita Lyons versus Lola Vice.
Somewhere Gorilla Monsoon is staring at a bottom half. Lola Vice.
I agree.
Yeah, I like Nikita Lyons. I think Lola Vice has more potential as
Nikita
a
Lyons
wrestler.
is overrated AF, but a lot of respect.
A lot of respect, Lola Vice, though.
Next, gonna make a move, gonna double time this.
Yeah, I didn't know if BG wanted to chime in.
No,
I said
we're looking at double
no.
time.
I said
this.
Lola Vice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks.
Wendy Chu versus Thea Hale.
Wendy Chu.
Thea Hale.
Like Wendy Chu, I think her gimmick when she was doing like the scary lady was better.
Yeah, for sure.
Then she kind of brought it back, but she's kind of like been in and out. Thea Hale's only like 21 years old, so I think she's got more potential. I'll go Thea Hale.
How old's Wendy Chu?
Probably in her 30s.
So probably. So you don't even know. Got
I mean, she was in ROH. She's been around a while.
Wow. Used up?
She's been around the block.
Don't been used up, huh? I see how you work.
32.
And by the way, I like Wendy Chu, but
I heard
think
you.
she's
I heard your damage control. Next
she's
one,
32 years old, Wendy Chu.
please. I got it. I heard when he
That was
said
correct.
it. Thanks. You were not correct. You said 30-something, I think.
That's correct.
I mean, that's accurate.
That's accurate.
No, you said I think.
Okay. I didn't know. I
Can
thought.
you please?
Lash Legend versus Gulia. This is a criminal first-round matchup, by the way.
Gulia.
Yeah. Cool, yeah.
It's Gulia, but Lash Legend's great, and she is going to be, I think, a big star.
He's good.
Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka, another criminal first-round matchup.
Lonnie Jordan.
Yeah, Kalani Jordan.
I would go Kalani just barely, but Sol Ruka, a lot of potential. Zarya versus Gigi Dolan.
Gigi.
Zarya.
Zarya, for sure. Did you make a respect pick?
That's all I do is respect, brother.
Okay. Tatum Paxley versus Stephanie Vaquer.
I ain't
Or as Andrew Sampson writes, Stephanie Vaquer.
It's fucking really messed up.
That is messed up.
I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie
Stephanie.
Vaquer.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Very awesome. She's going to be North American champion soon, I think. Cora Jade versus JC Jane.
Cora Jade.
Yeah, Cora Jade.
Yeah, I think JC is probably a little bit better of a wrestler, but Cora Jade all around is more interesting, so I go her. Jakara Jackson and Jada Parker, BG.
Why do you find Cora Jade more interesting now than previously?
No, I always thought she
What's
was
different
interesting.
to you? What's different?
Fascinating.
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what, the respect level
Not sure what you're getting at.
has gone up.
I think she's gonna bust out soon.
Of that top. Oh.
I'm going with Jada Parker here.
You are?
Surprise.
Yeah,
I
me
must
too.
say-
Actually, me too.
I will as well, but a lot of respect for Jakara Jackson.
Yeah.
Lot. Second round, Lola Vice versus Thea Hale.
Lola
Vice.
I'll say Thea Hale.
Even though you voted against her in the first round?
You didn't know
Yes.
she was 21.
Yeah,
No,
you didn't know. You
I
didn't
will
know
say
about
this.
the ages.
I know. I prefer Wendy Chu over Lola Vice and Thea Hale, but I prefer Thea Hale over Lola Vice.
I do like Thea, but I'm saying Lola Vice. Gulia versus Kalani Jordan.
Julia.
Yeah, Julia.
Gulia. Zarya versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yep. Old Steffer.
Cora Jade and Jada Parker.
Jada Parker.
Cora Jade.
I will go Jada Parker.
Let me tell you something. All these fucking names all next to each other like this. We got some.
Cora Jade, Jada Parker.
We got some and Jakara Jackson, Jada, like
Alliteration is on fire.
JC Jane, Cora Jade, like, bro, get me some other letters in here. This is like TNA. Remember when TNA was only naming people the same fucking 4 names?
Well, they named him Brax Jackson and Drax Braxton. That's a little bit different.
Brother, it's not that different.
Lola Vice and Gulia.
Gulia.
Stephanie Vaquer and Jada Parker.
Steph.
I'll say Jada.
I will say Stephanie. I knew BG was going to say Jada.
Of course he is, because he's either thinking with his dick or he's got DEI on the mind again. Let's go.
Stephanie Vaquer is Hispanic.
And Gulia's Asian.
Okay.
So
what are you talking about DEI for?
Just because everybody's different here. It's like fucking reading Rainbow in this motherfucker.
Julia versus Stephanie Vaquer is the final.
Julia.
I will say this, just looking down this list,
Stacked.
this is diversity like a motherfucker. This is a great
Hell
mix
yeah.
of people from all around the world. When you see a tournament and you're trying to get people of all different shapes and sizes and colors and creeds and races and religions, like, this is, like, kudos to NXT. This is a
do you
good
know
show.
they
Shawn fucking Michaels has has recruited these women very well.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, no, I won't say that.
Oh, I'll say it.
I'll say it.
Those eyes, they work just fine.
One of them does. I'm not sure which one.
I'm going Julia, as much as I do like Stephanie Vaquer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Julia.
Julia.
Good
the
email.
winner.
We love you, Andrew.
Good
Current
job.
champ.
Good job, Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Samson, Simpson.
That was fun.
Hell
The
yeah.
next email comes from Ben, the Nightmare Collective. Subject, bracket challenge. Alright, you guys. Thought I'd send through a bracket around finding out the best underutilized wrestler during their time in WWE. Either this was because Vinnie Mac wasn't a fan, or they never took the chances given to grab that damn brass ring. Have a think about which wrestler would have gone on to do their best work and reach their highest potential, had they been given the opportunities. All the best, Ben the Nightmare from Aberdeen, Scotland. First matchup, Dolph Ziggler, 1 seed, against the 8th seed, Ahmed Johnson.
We got to get Ahmed out of here before Mike goes on a run. BJ, let's go
Yep.
Dolph, number 1.
I am definitely going Dolph.
Guys, you know how much I like Ahmed Johnson.
Here we go.
We know.
Huge fan.
He's
I'm
only
gonna
doing this
wax
because he was going to
blood.
lose anyway.
No. I was going to vote for Dolph Ziggler because I don't think Ahmed Johnson really fits this, because I don't think he was underutilized. I think if he wouldn't have gotten injured many times, he would have been probably WWF champion
I
at
also
one point.
think Ron Simmons punch him in the face didn't help his standing by.
Ron Simmons hated him very much.
And guess
but-
what? Vince loved Ron Simmons and very much listened to him. So
Yes, he should have.
But Dolph is like the fucking poster boy of underutilized people in WWE. Dolph.
Mhm. Next matchup, the 4 seed, Wade Barrett, against the 5 seed, Tony Storm.
now looking back, Tony Storm.
No, definitely not. Tony Storm there was not enough time for her to be underutilized because she was put into a women's title program pretty early into getting called up, and then she didn't want to be there anymore. Wade Barrett, he was a fucking
Put
awesome.
a pie in her face, bud.
Okay. The dude was a star and leader of Nexus, and he should have been world champion. And then fucking Tampa John's like, nope. And then he had to just be IC champion and never got a chance to be world champion, and he should have been. So Wade Barrett.
Ben News Barrett.
Oh yeah.
Because he wanted to be there. Tony Storm didn't want to be there.
Facts.
Yeah. Get good.
3 seed.
I don't want to be somewhere I'm mistreated.
Mistreated with world championship matches and feuding with Charlotte.
3 seed, Luke Harper against your 6 seed, John Morrison. I'm saying Luke Harper.
Yeah, Luke Harper.
We said it heading into
Yeah.
I
WrestleMania.
love
We
John
went to the
Morrison
first
from
time.
the show.
I don't think John Morrison was really underutilized at all.
Mhm.
Luke Harper absolutely was and should have been in a
Yep.
fucking world title match at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Number 2 seed, Shelton Benjamin against the 7 seed, Ken Shamrock.
I thought Ken Shamrock got a pretty damn good run.
I'm going Ken Shamrock.
Shelton Benjamin didn't. I'll say Shelton Benjamin.
It's a tough call, but to me, like, the way I'm kind of looking at this is, like, who probably should have or could have been world champion and wasn't? I view Ken Shamrock more in that light than Shelton Benjamin, just because Shelton never really, he really didn't have the personality. Ken Shamrock had that, like, fucking
But he
intensity.
was IC title. Nowhere in this is
Yeah,
saying
but
he had to be
Shelton
world
was
title.
multiple time IC in the United States also. They
no-
both were.
Yeah, but it was never during a time. He never had the match. Ken Shamrock was going against the Rock.
Shamrock, I think if I think Shamrock absolutely could have and maybe should have been world champion.
Yeah,
I'd
I
go
agree with
Shamrock.
that. He was one of the most legit guys you could possibly bring in at that time. He took to wrestling so well. And they just kind of like stuck him in the mid card for so long during the Attitude Era, and then he left and never was able to come back. So I'm going Ken Shamrock.
Yep.
Like he should have been the monster heel going up against Stone Cold. Easily. Other side of the bracket, the 1 seed, Samoa Joe against the 8 seed, Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm going Bam Bam.
Well, Bam Bam had the WrestleMania moment. Bam Bam.
That's it.
No, but he did stuff. He was around for a while.
He was just a sacrificial lamb to LT. It wasn't like
Yeah.
they were trying to prop
He
up
should have
him.
been
Samoa
a
Joe
world
had
champion.
Samoa Joe had a program with. No, I'm gonna say Samoa Joe because he should have won the title then.
To me, it's absolutely Bam Bam because a lot of the thing with Samoa Joe is he was hurt multiple times with significant injuries, and that's not his fault, and it's not really WWE's fault. Bam Bam, it wasn't injuries with him. Like, they kind of stuck him in the $1 Million Corporation, kind of made him a joke. Like, they gave him that one WrestleMania match against LT, a loss. Then they turned him babyface after that, did nothing with him. Like, he should have been bigger. He could have been a world champion. Probably should have been. So I'd say Bam Bam.
Yep. 4 seed, Aleister Black against the 5 seed, Goldust.
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
Yeah, I think Goldust, he probably
Goldust
could have
had
been
a
world.
ton of run.
He probably could have been world champion, but he was used for a long time in some pretty good spots. Aleister Black was like main roster, and they totally fucked him up. Say Aleister Black.
Yeah. Next up is your 3 seed, Shinsuke Nakamura against your 6 seed, Mr. Kennedy.
Well, Mr. Kennedy cost himself, and he was well on his way to being a top dog.
I'm going Nakamura for that.
I loved Kennedy. I fucking thought
he was very good.
I thought that time that was Mike. You weren't really watching then, right? That was like 2006.
No, and I'm honest. The funny thing is, like, I hadn't been watching for a long time, and like one of the first Raws I watched in like 2009, like I was kind of dabbling back in it again, is when they did like that multi-man tag team match, and it was like the one team was all in Lakers jerseys and the one team was all in Nuggets jerseys, because there was an issue with like the Nuggets arena, and like they were supposed to have Raw, but it ended up being a playoff series against the Lakers, so they couldn't do it, and they ended up doing it in LA, and it was a whole thing. But Kennedy was in it. He had just returned from injury, and he fucking like dropped Randy Orton on his head, and Randy Orton called him stupid, and he got fired the next day.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
So Nakamura.
And I'll be honest, never really a Kennedy fan. I admit I didn't like when he first came into WWE and stuff. I wasn't watching. I saw plenty of him in TNA. Saw plenty of like Mr. Kennedy in retrospect. Not really a fan. Nakamura, he should have beat fucking Jinder Mahal for the world title. Like, what are we doing?
Yes.
Or AJ at WrestleMania. He had multiple opportunities.
Just punching dicks instead. That's all he lived up to. Next one.
Next up, your 2 seed, Cesaro against your 7 seed, British Bulldog.
Cesaro.
I'll say Cesaro also.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Cesaro. Bulldog, he probably could have been a world champion, but he was used pretty well. He was used pretty well.
I don't have this parameter. I'm not viewing this bracket the same way you are. It says best
That's fine. You don't have
underutilized
to.
wrestler, but the first words out of your mouth are like, I can see being a world champion, blah, 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 whatever fucking dumb shit you're saying. It's just
Because
bothering
that's really
me.
what this is.
It's
all
not
these
though.
people-
It's not though.
Basically,
You
all
could be
these
an
people
under-
won
no.
mid. Basically, all these people won mid-card titles and shit.
Yeah, but you're missing the spirit of it. It's
Not really.
underutilized. Yeah, you are. It is. You are.
No, not.
You are.
Because all these people were basically utilized at the same level
I
or
just
close
don't
to
get
it.
it, you know?
So my thought is like, which one of these two probably could have or should have been a world champion to get to that
Yeah,
next
but see,
level?
that's
It's a
not-
totally
that's not
logical
under-
way to look at it.
yeah, that's
I'm
not
sorry that your
underutilized.
brain is so small that you can't kind of connect the dots,
Nah.
but that's what it is.
Damn.
No, I
that's
mean,
small brain.
hey, he's just trying to hurt me now because his point is invalid.
Baby brain.
Let's just go. It's okay. It's
Little
not-
baby
it's okay.
brain.
Did you call me baby brain?
Yeah.
That's a
She did.
legit fucking dig. I like that one. All right, baby brain. The fuck did you just say to me? I like that. Good. Yeah.
All right, next round. Your 1 seed Dolph Ziggler against your 4 seed Wade Barrett. All right, I'll go first. Listen, Dolph Ziggler was a multi-time champion, but you still felt like he was underutilized. You still felt like he never won a championship before. He came on here. He was a sad person working there. And he should still be working there as a multi-time champion. I love Dolph Ziggler. He's one of my favorites. I'm going with Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, it's Dolph Ziggler.
It's, you know what held him back? It's this fucking dumbass name. It's
That
a terrible
probably
name.
didn't help.
Honestly, no. I think it's so dumb that now it's memorable. I think what
Doesn't
held
matter.
him
It held
back
him
was that Vince didn't view him that way. Very honestly.
I'm saying Dolph because he had the fucking Money in the Bank run, won the title, everybody fucking loved it, and then they just had him drop the title like a month later. And then he had the performance in Survivor Series, pinning like 4 guys, and we're like, all right, cool, they're finally gonna do something, and they didn't.
Well,
Like,
I will say
come
this:
on.
looking back now,
That's underutilization.
that post WrestleMania cash-in is one of the greatest moments we covered.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Incredible.
I would argue you might say it's top 5 because of the moment that, like, the way we view the Raw after WrestleMania is because of that moment. Like, I don't know. It's underutilized is when you, to me, the term underutilized means I don't care about championships. We had this guy. We didn't take advantage of him when he's there. Underutilized is Penta in fucking AEW.
Yeah.
Right? Now, and he's going to be utilized better. And that's what we always say. The idea
hope
of
so.
guys jumping from one coming the other is John Moxley. WWE did not utilize him properly where AEW is. See, that's how I feel. Championships do play into it, Mike. You're right about that. But it's an eye test kind of thing. I don't need to see the stats. You know what I mean?
So who are you picking?
It's Dolph Ziggler, I said.
It was Dolph either way.
Okay. Gotcha.
Whoop, whoop, spaceships kind of whoop, 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 whoop.
Next up, we got the 3 seed Luke Harper against the 7 seed Ken Shamrock.
Again, I would have taken Shelton over Ken Shamrock, and Luke Harper is going to go deep in this for me because motherfucker is one of the greatest of all time. I love him. So, Luke Harper.
I am going to go Luke Harper as well because not just to your point, Donnie, about being underutilized, and world champion, Mike, your point, Luke Harper was all of that because he got one IC title run, but this was a fucking big dude who was to like Vince's liking. He could speak. He could do everything that you wanted in the ring. He could do everything you wanted out of the ring. He should have been a huge star. He should have been part of that world title match at WrestleMania. He should have been a multi-time champion, and he wasn't. They just kept him, stowed away in the fucking tag team division, which he was great at, but he was a breakout potential from the get-go, and they didn't do shit with him. Whereas at least Ken Shamrock, he was a badass. He was a champion at one point. And you definitely understood who Ken Shamrock was because of his background. Luke Harper, they didn't do shit to really propel him. So Luke Harper.
Yeah. I'm going Harper. And like you said, both were IC champion, but Shamrock, they at least made him feel like he was a big deal.
He fought The Rock.
World's most dangerous man.
He fought Owen Hart in that fucking match we all still talk about.
You felt like there was actually hope for him to be world champion, and then you got Harper. It's like they just wanted to be a background character. They didn't care, even though he was fucking awesome and delivered when he was called upon.
Mm-hmm.
That's underutilized. Luke Harper is underutilized.
Absolutely.
100%.
Next up, we got Bam Bam Bigelow as your 8 seed against the 4 seed Aleister Black.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
I am also going Bam Bam Bigelow. As much as I like Aleister Black, he's awesome. Love the character. Incredible in the ring.
Also very
Bam
underutilized when he was there.
At every company, he's fucking underutilized. But
No,
Bam
NXT,
Bam,
NXT, he was fine.
He's very underutilized. Bam Bam, though, he's everything that Vince would want in a fucking badass heel. And he could do everything. And he looked menacing as fuck. So I don't understand why he wasn't.
He was what he wanted from One Man Gang. He's what he thought. He's what he wanted One Man Gang to really.
He should have been in like the fucking Mabel spot where Mabel won King of the Ring and got a world title match. Like, why wasn't Bam Bam in that spot?
He should have been a staple during the Attitude Era.
I'm going Bam Bam, and a lot of it's longevity too, because he was in WWF for a little while in the 80s, left for a while, came back like late 92, was around through like 95. He was there a long time, and they didn't take him to that next level. Aleister Black was probably on the main roster for like 2 years or something like that. He was underutilized, but Bam Bam for a long time was underutilized.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Next round. Next up, 3 seed Shinsuke Nakamura against the 2 seed Cesaro. I'm going Nakamura. Won the Royal Rumble, went and faced AJ Styles at WrestleMania. He should have beat AJ. As much as I love AJ, it was Nakamura's time. Nakamura could have been a transcendent superstar, global superstar for them. He came in such a hot commodity, did an amazing run in NXT. He should have been a multi-time champion. And even, honestly, to this day, he's still fucking underutilized. The stuff with Triple H, it's been okay, but he's been underutilized every step of the way on the main roster.
I will say this. All the things that you said about him he got, Cesaro didn't get. And I think Cesaro in the ring is just as good, if not better, than Nakamura. I think that, and he was underutilized in WWE for so much longer. The bar was something like they made happen. Like nothing that he was given. His like temporary rises up the card were always like crowd fed. It was never like booked for him. He's another guy who is a quintessential underutilized guy. I think it's Cesaro.
I hate to agree with Donnie, but I kind of do in this instance. I think it's very close, but at least Nakamura had the Rumble win. At least he had the big world title match at WrestleMania. At least he had multiple world title matches on pay-per-view. Cesaro had like one world title match. He had one singles match at WrestleMania when he got over. And the one that sticks out to me is winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. People are going fucking crazy. He slams like Big Show out of the ring. Incredible. Instead of like letting him go on a babyface run, potentially become a top guy, they put him with Heyman, and that they keep him heel, and then they just kind of like abandon it after a little while, and then he's nothing. It's like, that's underutilization. Like Nakamura, 100% should have been champion at some point, but he has been consistently used, and he was in big spots at times. Cesaro hardly ever was, which is bizarre.
Yeah, bizarre.
Bizarre.
Cesaro goes over. All right, go on to the semifinals. Your 1 seed, Dolph Ziggler, against your 3 seed, Luke Harper.
Great ladder match at TLC.
Yeah.
Amazing fucking ladder match. One of the best ladder matches you'll find.
And I will say, because of what I said earlier, I'm going with Luke Harper. Ziggler at least got to taste the top.
Yep. I agree. I'm also going with
I
Luke
agree
Harper.
Also because, like you said, Ziggler technically was world champion a couple times. It felt like at times he was going to get the push to the top. It never felt like that for Luke Harper, which is ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Next round, next matchup in semifinals. Your 8 seed, Bam Bam Bigelow, against your 2 seed, Cesaro.
I think very similar cases between these two guys. I would argue that it's stunning to me that Vince didn't see the value in either one of these guys as much as I thought he would. And I'm going to say, both had longevity in terms of being underutilized. They were underutilized for long periods of time. But Bam Bam, I think Bam Bam, I'm going to say Cesaro.
Wow.
I just think I remember Bam Bam. Maybe it's the nostalgia part of it, and I still have Cesaro. But like Bam, I don't know. I think it's Cesaro.
I'm going to say Bam Bam because during the era that he came up in, right? Cesaro came up in an era where there's a lot of people who are great in the ring, and he didn't have as much a personality.
I disagree with that. I think he was the ring worker. He was the soldier for those shitty years with Cena on top. Because he came in like what? 08?
Cesaro wasn't even really on top during that time.
No.
Cesaro came in like 2010 on the main roster, I think, maybe 2011.
And that was a very shitty time. He was the only good wrestler for like 10 years there.
That's not true.
Dude, he
You
was
had,
he
you
was
had Bryan Danielson, you had Dolph Ziggler in there. There were guys who could work at that time. Bam Bam, though, he could have been a monster heel for Vince at a time period where he was always looking for monster heels to go up against people like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Undertaker, etc. And he didn't do anything with Bam Bam. Bam Bam should have. The only person that fucking utilized Bam Bam well was Paul Heyman.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I think they're both textbook cases. The reason I'm going to go Cesaro is Bam Bam coming up in a time where wasn't like very frequent world title changes, not a whole lot of heel champions. You could maybe understand it a little bit. Cesaro, multiple world titles when he's around in WWE. They gave all kinds of people world title runs, maybe some of them that didn't even deserve to be world champions.
Name them.
Like Cesaro, you try to tell me
The Miz.
couldn't given Cesaro a test run for a little while with the World Heavyweight Championship?
The Miz.
Yeah, I agree.
Go with Cesaro.
They had to get
No, the Miz
Max
deserves
Swagger.
He deserves more.
No, he doesn't.
All right, your finals for the most underutilized wrestler of all time in WWE. Your 3 seed Luke Harper against your 2 seed Cesaro.
I think this is easy.
I mean, it's very easy. It's Luke Harper.
Luke Harper, because Cesaro, as much as he was underutilized, won like 1,000 championships. Luke Harper won like 2.
Right.
Yeah.
And Luke Harper, which then you see in AEW, he could literally do everything that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we realized that because he was up with.
We said from day one he's
the
the best member of the Wyatt family.
Exactly. So he could do it all, and they didn't let him do anything.
It's so sad because right now, imagine like, he would still be a cornerstone of AEW.
He would have been their world champion at some point, I would think.
Yeah.
He would have just been. He would have been a steadying force. It would have been. What could have been?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Could have been, brother. Yes, very sad end to that. Ben there. Yeah. But thank you. That was very fun.
Yeah, great bracket.
Great bracket.
Yeah, so thank you again. Yeah, I don't even know how to do this anymore. I never should. BJ or Mike, finish us off. I don't even know what to do anymore.
I don't want to finish you off. I want you to.
Guys,
finish.
I want to finish all over BJ's back.
All right, and that'll do it, guys.
RuPaul.